Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Hardcore Challenge Live, the official webcast of the Hardcore Challenge that, in case you didn't know, is the pinnacle of fantasy football competition. I am your host, the Commish, and we are just over a week away from meaningful football. You know, we're all trudging through preseason currently, trying to get excited about the fact our starters are playing for a quarter or a half, and that's just not an exciting thing. We're trying to take practice and scrimmage and make it relevant, and it's just not. We want football, but week one is upon us. So, last weekend, myself and the vice president sat here. We held court and had live draft coverage for the AFC and the NFC drafts. We watched some interesting strategies unfold. We watched some interesting developments unfold. We've took all that, put it in a blender, looked at all of it, broke it all down, watched your waiver wires over the week, and now it's time to issue our 2018 regular season predictions of what we think our 2018 playoff field will look like. Now, I'm not choosing Super Bowl champions. I'm not doing any of that. That will be for a later day when we're talking playoff football. But right now, where things are at, where the temperature is, and historically, the way things have broken down in the Hardcore Challenge over the 10 years of our existence. So here we go. We're going to bounce back and forth from conference to conference, division to division. Let me give you my brief breakdown, and then my predictions for who I think is going to win each division, and who the wild cards are. We will start in the NFC, who lost our first AFC-NFC Super Bowl last season. We will start with them. The Great White North. We'll start from the north and work our way down. Skull Crushers had the best record in all of the NFC last season at 10-3. I Am Groot, 7-6. Vandalay Industries, also 7-6, squeaking in with a backdoor tiebreaker to claim the last wild card, the number 6 seed. They managed to take that squeaker and stumble all the way into the championship game. Mob Adjacent was 5-8 last season, had actually finished with a win, and at some point had gotten themselves back into the conversation. How I see the Great White North breaking out in the NFC is I see Skull Crushers taking it again. They're fully going on Andrew Luck at quarterback, which I believe is their Achilles for this season. They're putting a little too much stock in Luck. If Luck wavers, they could be hurt, although they are very strong at running back and very strong at wide receiver. I think Gary's put together a solid team. He made the playoffs for the first time last season, although he did not win his first playoff game. So, I think they'll win the Great White North. I do see one of the wild cards in the NFC coming out of the Great White North, and that is former champion I Am Groot, our 2014 league champion. I see them taking the wild card this season, so the Great White North of the NFC will have two represented in the playoffs. Now, in the AFC, in the Great White North, jumping conferences, this division spawned the first champion in our expansion last season, and that was Knox Vegas Anarchy, our owner, Kevin. He took down Tom, vanquished him from his division crown run, knocked him out of a number one bye, which ended up systematically getting him knocked out of the playoffs, where Kevin went on to finish it all, taking down Donkey Punch in the AFC-NFC matchup in our Hardcore Bowl 9. I don't see it shaking out quite that way this season. Tom's team looks very, very strong, although Kevin's team looks strong as well. I think Tom's team looks a little stronger, and I think his experience, his longevity of consistently being good, he's going to, I think he's going to just edge it out this season. Tom will get back his division crown, but I do see Kevin taking the first wild card in the AFC, and I see both of them battling it on into the playoffs to see who ultimately is the man left standing. But I think Tom wins the regular season battle between the two of them, and Kevin will come in with a very good record into the playoffs with one of the wild cards, most likely the number 5 seed. Oh my, Odell Yes will finish third, with the Brady Bunch bringing up the rear. The Brady Bunch I just haven't seen as a team yet that is ready to step up and battle with the Great White North. The heavy hitter of the league is Tom, the owner of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, who I'm picking to win the division, is heads and tails thus far the greatest owner we've had, and the Brady Bunch just hasn't even stood up to even be remotely close to challenging them. So that's 2 losses they take damn near a season at Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Oh my Odell Yes hasn't had a whole hell of a lot more success. They had 1 playoff appearance in 2014 as a wild card, and that's been really all they've had. So, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and Knox Vegas Anarchy. Now, I didn't mention in the NFC, in the Great White North, I did pick the division winner and the team I thought would make a wild card, but I have Vandal Industries finishing 3rd, Mob Adjacent finishing 4th. Now, in the NFC Elite East, jumping back over to the NFC, Corey made his first playoff appearance with the Pack Attack is back last season, although he also left without a playoff victory. 8-5, as the rest of the entire division went 5-8, as Take It Deep, the Bears, and Knoxville Assassins all finished 5-8. The biggest disappointing team probably was Knoxville Assassins, who prior to that was at 5-5 and then lost all 3 of their last games, all division games, and completely fell apart down the stretch. Now, Knoxville Assassins historically has been one of our best owners also over our 10-year existence. Playoff appearance is in 2010 through 2014, 5 straight. Division titles in 2010, 2011, 2014. Super Bowl appearances in 2010, 2011, and 2013, as well as a league championship in 2011. Led the league in scoring also in 2013, 5 total playoff victories in the Hardcore Challenge. However, after I rattled off all those stats, what did you notice? There wasn't a single one of those that has happened since 2014. And it's 2018. That means over the last 4 years, the core that they had fell apart, and they've never been able to put it back together. And as you see last season with the 3-game skid, all losses down the stretch coming in division, Knoxville Assassins is not the class of the Elite East in the NFC right now. It is Pack Attack is back. I picked Corey to take the division again, although I think he will be challenged a little more by Brad this season, who is really probably counting on Mahomes having a solid season with Patrick Mahomes and Tyrod Taylor as his quarterbacks. That's not strong. Knoxville Assassins will take 2nd. Take It Deep will come in 3rd. And the Bears has not showed me anything yet to tell me that they won't come in dead last. Oh, they finished strong. They won their last 2 last season, which dug themselves out of where they were sitting at 3-8 coming into the last 2 weeks. But the teams they beat were Take It Deep in Knoxville Assassins. So not a huge showing for the Bears. I'm picking them last in the AFC Elite East. In the NFC Elite East. Now in the AFC Elite East. Last season, it was taken by one of the new owners, Ryan, owner of the Stone Ponies. He was challenged by former champion Bison Broncos who also is historically one of our more powerful owners. Playoff appearances from them in 2012, 2013, 15, 16, and 17, as well as 4 division titles, 2012, 2013, 2015, and 2016, as well as 2 Super Bowl appearances in 2012, 2015, division title in 2015, and a league championship in 2015, and a scoring title in 2013. Blackout is one of the new owners, as is one of the new owners this season, as Steven's taken them over for formerly the Pale Horsemen. And then there's Big Dog, who picked number 1 in the AFC this season. So, that tells you how well they meshed in as a new owner into the league. With their being able to, pick their team. You're picking your core, so you have nobody to blame but yourself. Now, in the AFC Elite East, again, I see one of the new owners, the new blood, Ryan, owner of the Stone Ponies, continuing. He finished strong last season, winning 4 of his last 4 games, winning 4 straight to finish at 9-4. Kent came up short, losing the last game of the season at 8-5. I see them coming up short again this season, as I see Bison Broncos a close second to the Stone Ponies, who win the division. Blackout, new owner, will come in third, and the Big Dog will come up last. Again, I don't think last season was an anomaly. I believe they're going to have a tough time in that division. With the core they put together, came in last. They didn't seem to improve themselves terribly much, other than picking up David Johnson, who has an injury history. They let Saquon Barkley go past, and we'll see if that ends up biting them in the ass or not. But I'm picking them last in their division again. Regardless, they had the number 1 pick this season. Now, jumping back over to the NFC, we've got the Wild West division, who a new owner and a veteran owner who actually was a previous league champion, battled tooth and nail all the way to the end, as Mo Better Butter won 3 straight division games in the last 3 weeks of the season, taking down Donkey Punch in the very last week to force a 9-4 tie atop the division. They took the tiebreaker, and they took a first-round bye into the playoffs. It was a great race. Ghostman had come in second at 7-6, and Renegade Misfits at 5-8. Ghostman was one of the 2 owners that did not return this season, and his spot has been filled by Lions owner Black Hole. And we'll see how they do. New owners typically stepping in have not fared well. I'm unfortunately picking Lions to come in last in his division in the NFC Wild West, stepping in as a new owner, taking over Ghostman, who did finish 7-6, so he's not taking over a bad team. Does have Goff and Mariota at quarterback, Ajayi and Mixon and White at the running back, so it's not a terrible team. Okay, at the wide receiver position as well, but we will see. I just don't think, typically your first year in the Hardcore Challenge, somewhat of a struggle with our defensive players, the expanded roster, the rules, and the divisional play seems to usually get everybody the first season. So I'm picking Black Hole to come in last. Renegade Misfits, I think, will have a bounce back season. And I actually picked this division to be a very strong season. Now, Mo Better Butter, I don't think is going to have quite a good a season as last season. I think Donkey Punch is going to step back, claim the division crown again. They are one of the top teams in the NFC, as only playoff appearances twice in 2012 and 2017. Only division title coming in 2012. However, both of their playoff appearances garnered Super Bowl appearances. 2012 and 2017, with the league championship in 2012 when they won the league and led the league in scoring. 5 playoff victories in the Hardcore Challenge. And last season, proving to still be a formidable opponent as they were the class of the NFC last season, representing them in the Super Bowl Hardcore Bowl 9. So I'm picking Donkey Punch to win the division, but I am picking Mo Better Butter to get back in the playoffs as a wild card. I believe they'll be the number 6 wild card, as Iron Group will take the 5 seed, they'll be the 6th seed, the 1 and 2 wild card positions. Now, that leaves the AFC Wild West, jumping back over to the other conference. Last season, it was won by another new owner, Bleeding Green. Brett took down Stinky Pinky, who also went on a complete divisional skid, losing all 3 of their last division games, all in division, and they finished 6-6-1 with a 500 record with that tie hanging on there, having tied previously with King Salami in division. Tame and Terrors finished 5-8, losing their last 2 in division games. And that's the crazy thing, Corey. He already dropped Eddie Lacy. Mo keeps him and then drops him. See, Mo's just playing mind games with y'all. Playing them mind games. Tame and Terrors finished 5-8, losing both in division, and looking at 2-8-1. King Salami won their last 2 and finished at 4-8-1. But Bleeding Green looked to be the possible team to beat. However, I really like the roster of 4th phase. And I think Matt stands a chance to have a big bounce back year. I'm picking him, going out on a limb, and I'm picking 4th phase to win the Wild West. Stinky Pinky's going to come in 2nd. And I don't think that Bleeding Green has the big Cinderella year that they had last season. And I think it's a little more realistic. And I see them coming in 3rd. King Salami at 4-8-1, I don't see a whole lot different for them this season. I think they're going to struggle again, and they're going to come in the cellar in the Wild West. That leaves the Dirty Souths. NFC, Dirty South Division. We've already got both the wild cards claimed. That means only one of these teams is making the playoffs. Rookie Me This, formerly the Dirt Dogs. Change your name, ain't going to matter. They're going to come in last. But they're going to be battling for last with another team. The team who picked first overall in the NFC. The Bandits, who went 3-10. Lost 7 in a row to finish the season. Lost 7 in a row to finish the season. Well, that's going to carry right in. Now, the Bandits are not a team that I can really give a pass to anymore. They've been in the league since 2016. So they played 1 season in the old division, in the old 20 owner format. They were able to completely reshuffle the cards, draft whoever the hell they wanted to build their core with, and then came in dead last in the NFC. Lost 7 in a row to close out the season. Drafted first overall. Grabbed Saquon Barkley. But we'll see. They have Andy Dalton, Matt Ryan at quarterback. They don't look like they have a bad team. But over the past 2 seasons, in 2 different formats in the Hardcore Challenge, our old 20 owner format, and then the new 16 owner conferences in the 32 owner league, they haven't fared well. So I'm picking the Bandits to battle for last with Rookie Me This in the Dirty South. Joey's Tank Tops. Battling Joey, owner of Average Joe. We still got to get to the bottom of this tank top story. But there's obviously, we got the brother-in-law against the brother. There's got to be something going on. And it's involving a tank top. So, whatever that may be, we must get to the bottom of it. But I think those 2 will battle it out. And I see Average Joe as who has kind of stepped up and is really in, I would say, top 5 of this Dirty South, or excuse me, of the NFC, as now they have 3 playoff appearances. They've made the last 2 playoffs in 2016, 2017, as well as making it in 2012 in their first season. 2 division crowns, as well as the reigning division champion. I see them taking it again. I see them getting back-to-back NFC Dirty South championships, division championships, and they'll get a chance to once again get in the field of 6. And see if they can make it. That leaves one more division left. The AFC Dirty South. The Beaver Street Roar ran through damn near everybody last season. They won their last 5, went 11-2, and had the best record in the league. They unfortunately did not have the playoffs that they would have liked to have, did not get the outcome they would have liked to have. They also are one of the top teams. Playoff appearances in 2013, 2015, 16, and 17. Division titles in 15, 16, and 17. Yes, that's a three-peat. Super Bowl appearance in 2016. Made it to the championship game last season before just absolutely pissing down their leg and not even putting up triple digits. They are one of the better teams in the AFC. And looking across, you have Zeke and Destroy, who was picking second in the AFC. They did not do well last season. They had a couple of first-round draft picks, so hopefully maybe with Saquon Barkley and Tom Brady grabbing both of them in the first round, which was just like getting struck by lightning. But All-Pro Afro, when you look at their roster, looks very, very tight as well. Jared Goff and Andrew Luck at quarterback. Dalvin Cook, Melvin Gordon at running back. They've got a solid team. Silver and Black attack. Derek Carr, Tevin Coleman, Marshawn Lynch, Cooper, Ertz at tight end. I'm picking Zeke and Destroy to again bring up the cellar. After they went 3-10 last season, lost the last 4. I believe that continues into this season, and they will bring up the cellar in the Dirty South. All-Pro Afro will come in third as they battle down the wire with Silver and Black Attack for the wild card. But Silver and Black Attack will take the wild card, and I pick the Beaver Street Roar to win the AFC Dirty South. So, to recap, in the NFC, Great White North, Skull Crushers wins the division. I Am Groot with the wild card. AFC, Great White North, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood wins the division. Knox Vegas Anarchy with the wild card. NFC Elite East, Pack Attack is back, wins the division. AFC Elite East, Stone Ponies win the division. NFC Wild West, Donkey Punch wins the division. Mo Better Butter takes the wild card. AFC Wild West, Fourth Phase wins the division. NFC Dirty South, Average Joe wins the division. And the AFC Dirty South, Beaver Street Roar wins the division. Silver and Black Attack takes the wild card. So there you have it. Those are my predictions for 2018 regular season hardcore challenge. We'll see if that works out. little bit of both. We'll see. But I've got it all documented here, so we'll go back to it at the end of the season once we figured the playoff field, and we'll see how I did. See if I even got remotely close. I hit on some last season. Obviously completely whiffed on some as well. But we'll see how I do coming into this season. It's very interesting looking at the strategy that some folks have. So we will see how it shakes out. But things are about to get very, very interesting. We have basically this next week to start to get things in order. And then when we come around to that next Sunday and Monday, now you're looking down the barrels of a Thursday night football game and week 1 of the 2018 Hardcore Challenge beginning. You have to start setting your roster. You have to start getting serious as you look at what you've put together. Everybody loves their fantasy teams when you're looking at week 1. And then by week 2, a lot of teams are scrambling. Hell, I've been one of them over the last 3 seasons. My last 3 seasons have not been good. Historically, I'm still one of the better teams, but much like Brad and Knoxville Assassins, my glory was earlier in this league. I had my Super Bowl appearance. I've had 3 division titles, but haven't got back for a while. And I'm due. So, it's time. It's time. The 2018 Hardcore Challenge is upon us. The pinnacle of fantasy football competition. The 2018 draft went off without a hitch. You're now in year 2 of the core team that you drafted in the largest Hardcore Challenge draft of all time in 2017. Were you the intelligent GM? Did you build your team right? Did you build your team for the future? Did you build your team for success? Or are you going to continue to struggle? Are you the Cleveland Browns? Time will tell. But it's almost here. Are you ready for the challenge? Good luck. Game on.